What's up, guys? It's been a while since I've done a helmet review, but I just got the Ruroc ATLAS 4, so I figured it's time to go ahead and do another helmet review since this helmet's so popular right now. I'm going to be comparing it to my AGV K6 because that is my normal helmet that I've been wearing for a while, and I really like it. So, can I help you? So the first thing I'm going to talk about is the one thing I really loved about the AGV. Well, there's a couple things, but this is the main one, is the weight. The weight of the AGV is, I mean, it's the lightest helmet I've ever had. And the Ruroc is not heavy by any means, but it is a slight, like just a bit heavier than the AGV. Enough so that, back to what I was saying, the Ruroc helmet is heavy enough to where I've noticed that after the first ride of it, like that year, my neck was a little bit sore, or this year. Basically, when I switched to the Ruroc, my neck was a little bit more sore than I was used to. Obviously, that will go away after wearing it a couple times because you'll build up the muscles or whatever. And it was a long ride. It was the first time I wore the helmet. I rode like 6 or 7 hours probably that day, so I was a little bit sore, but it's not terrible. It's just something I noticed over the K6, and again, this K6 is very, very light. So the only reason I am comparing these two rather than some of the other ones I have is because they're around the same price point, and I really enjoy this helmet, like I said. So the next thing is the loudness of the helmet. Ruroc actually surprised me on this one because I was expecting, because I wore my last helmet review was probably 2 years ago, and it was on the Icon Airflight, and that was what I wore for a while. And after wearing my AGV, I went back to my Icon because that was where my GoPro setup was, and it was loud. It was very heavy and it's very loud. The K6 does a really good job of like keeping the noise in. Or out, you know what I mean. And I will be honest, Ruroc is very quiet compared to like the Icon or anything else. It's probably right there with the AGV. So I would give the AGV and the Ruroc both like 10 out of 10 on noise level. If we went with like weight, I would give the AGV probably a 10 out of 10, and the Ruroc would get maybe an 8 out of 10, just because it's a little bit heavier. It doesn't bug me too much because you can get used to that. The next thing is the overall shape of the helmet, how it kind of fits. So the outside is obviously a way different shape. That's kind of what Ruroc is known for, is kind of like the cool little face, which is, I mean, I'll be honest, that's the whole reason I wanted to buy one, is because I really like the looks of them. The reason I haven't is because the number 1, 2, and 3 is, I mean, they all have kind of like mixed reviews. 3 being a little bit better than the other 2, but number 4 really stepped its game up. So I finally decided to pull the trigger and buy the number 4. So, but yeah, overall shape, outside, I have no issues with wind resistance. It's your normal helmet. It's not gonna pierce through the wind like butter, but it doesn't have too much drag on my head. So. The next thing is how the inside fits. A lot of people have done the reviews and they've told you about the upgraded pads and everything, and how they feel awesome and they're way better than number 3. And I cannot say what number 3s were like, but I can tell you number 4s are very nice. I mean, they're right there with AGV, and that is one thing I've noticed about AGV, is how soft the pads were and how just kind of like higher class they were. One thing I will say about the AGV that I do not like is when you're getting high speeds, like anything over probably 90 or 100, that front face, this right here, actually pushes up against my face. Like my nose and my mouth are on this chin right here. And I thought maybe it was a fitment kind of thing, because I had a large and it was too big. So I ended up going with this one, which is was it a medium or a medium small? Medium small. And everything else fits perfectly, except for that front face is just way too close to your actual face. So that is a problem that I have with AGV. And then this one does not do that. Obviously, there's plenty of room up there. I can go as fast as I want. That helmet does not move on my head, and it's really nice. I got this aftermarket chrome visor. It came with a clear and a shaded, I think, and then I ordered the chrome afterwards because I wanted it. So yeah, other than the fitment, the size, the overall size of the helmet, I mean, those are all really nice. The one thing that really impressed me on the Ruroc is the shockwave setup. I just ordered this, I ordered it a while ago, but it just came in like last night. And my first ride with it was today. The shockwave, it just kind of fits into the back of the helmet. That is awesome. More helmet companies should do that, to where their helmets just have the built-in Bluetooth, or it just fits right in there. That's awesome. I don't have to have it like a big Cena on the side of my helmet. Even with the AGV, they got the arc, so it kind of goes with the body lines, and you have to buy your own separate thing for the AGV K6. But it is, I mean, it's still, it's still there. You still have this protruding giant Bluetooth setup on your helmet, which, again, it doesn't bug me too bad, but not having one is awesome. I know with the actual scene is I can feel drag from the wind going down the road. It'll kind of feel like it's pulling you that way, depending on which side you have your scene on. But the shockwave is the clearest and the loudest Bluetooth setup I've ever had in a helmet. I've had plenty of Cenas. I had the Cena Arc on this one, and it blows all of them out of the water. It is super clear. It's right where your ears are, so you don't have to have it up all the way just to hear it through the wind noise, which there's not much wind noise in this helmet. If you get this helmet and you're thinking about getting the shockwave, get the shockwave. I 100%, I love it. It's definitely the best thing about this helmet, I think. The next thing I wanted to talk about is price point. So I have, I think, 7 helmets now, ranging anywhere from $100 to right around $500-600. These are two probably of my more expensive helmets. I have 2 K6s, and then I have my Icon that was probably $320 when it first came out or something like that. And then these are both right around $500. You can pay a little bit extra for these if you get the like the liquid carbon or the mercury, those kind of paint jobs on them. Which I really wanted the liquid carbon, but I didn't want to pay the extra money for it. So I just got the green one. I ride a ZX14 now, so I ended up just getting the green one, just kind of biting the bullet. Which I'll probably get another one in the next couple of years or whatever. But either way, price point. Really, the price point on this helmet, you're paying $495 for a regular helmet with like a regular paint scheme. They go all the way up to, I want to say, $595 with like the more nicer paint schemes on them or whatever. But if you get like the regular solid color, you get $495, and I think that's right at where the AGV was. I think I paid right at $500 for this. So price point for what you're getting on the helmet, I think 100% covers it. If you're just getting the base model, $495 for the Ruroc ATLAS 4.0, you're getting what you pay for. Basically, you're not wasting your money. If you're getting your liquid carbon or whatever, that's on you. Is it a helmet that's worth $600, somewhere around there? Maybe not, but that's how much you want the paint. And I know, I'm telling you right now, I'm going to eventually have the liquid carbon or the mercury, depending on which one I decide on. So I will be paying $600 for this helmet. The shockwave, I think, is another like $120. You'll have to look at their website, but the shockwave, worth every penny. I would pay that 3 times over to get what's in here. One thing I will say about this little chin mount, if you do buy it from the website, it might have been an issue with my order specifically, but this little metal piece right here that these kind of screw into, it's literally just like a little like capped nut. But if you pull your thing out, like it comes out and it fits in, like it's like a normal GoPro thing. The issue I have is they gave me one, and there's nothing to go up here, so I have to use one of mine that I already have, which you know, it could be I don't know if it's like a fault on my order, you know, they were supposed to have 2 in there, or if they just come with 1, but that is a complaint that I have. Just a small one. It's not too crazy. But as far as base model helmet by itself, guys, it's worth every penny. And I just, like I said, I installed my speakers, and it comes with the Shockwave comes with like a mic adapter too, or not an adapter, but like a mic. There's already Velcro where they go on the mic and on the ears, and taking the padding out is easy, but taking the padding out, you see how really upgraded these pads are, and guys, they're awesome. You cannot go wrong with the Ruroc 4.0 for $500. It's a good helmet for that price point. I'm in the United States. It does take a little while for it to get here because it's going overseas. So that is one thing that kind of sucked about it. But once I got it, there's really no complaints other than it is just a tad bit heavier than what I'm used to. Now, if you guys are coming off of like an Icon Airflight or something, this helmet's going to be a godsend because it's half the weight of that, easy. I mean, that helmet, as much as I love the Icon Airflight and the looks of it, and it was something different, it's really cool, it sucks for long rides because it's loud and it's heavy. So it is a comfortable helmet, the Icon, but it's not to tier with this one. I like I said, I wore this one for 7-8 hours, and other than my neck wasn't used to the weight of it yet, I was fine. And that's with no music. I didn't have my Shockwave yet, so because I ordered those separately. That was also beginning of riding season, so my head just wasn't normal, or wasn't used to the helmets yet. So. But yeah, that's pretty much all I have for these 2 helmets. I never did a review on just the K6, just because I bought it just to wear. I didn't even do motovlogs with it. I just did motovlogs with my Icon when I did. But yeah, I got a setup for this one now for the GoPro, so I'm going to be doing the motovlogs with those. And you guys will see that next video. So yeah, next video, you guys will probably see a motovlog with this helmet. Until then, if you're thinking about buying the Ruroc 4.0, I am not sponsored by any means. I don't have the following for sponsorships, so I'm telling you right now, you will not be disappointed with the 4.0. I know there was a lot of controversy around this company with the 1 through the 3, and a lot of people liked them, a lot of people didn't. I'm telling you right now, no biased opinion, just wore the helmet and I like the looks of it. Buy the helmet, it's awesome. I'm a fan. So that's all I got for you guys. See ya.